You don't have any confusion on the profile, and okay, so let me know if you have any confusion on the profile also. Okay, so I will explain. Okay, now permission sets. Okay, so so I'm in the permission set space. Okay, now let me open any one random permission set. Okay, different permission sets. So this is the user interface of existing permission sets. So in the permission set also I have these things like assigned apps, okay, object settings, okay. So even in permission sets also I have thing called I can control the object access. Okay, for example, if I go to the account, okay, so I can control who can see what. Okay, so if you remember, we have the under standard object permissions. Okay, so we had all these options. So they are the different FLS, field level security. Okay, so why we need to have the permission set? Okay, so anyhow in permission sets also we have the object level settings, apex class access. These things and all we can actually control it in the normal profile level itself. That is normal profile itself. So what is the reason for having the permission set is the question. Okay. So permission sets, for example, it's a way to extend the permissions or accesses than what's already not given in a profile. That means I will explain it an example. For example, if I go to the my regular what is that? If you remember, we have a user called Govindraj, right? I think it's not in this. I think it's in a different. And so on. Okay. So I think it's in a different thing, but yeah, I think it's here. Okay. So if you remember, we have a user called Govardhan Das, and his profile is all admin profile, something like that. Okay. See? His profile is all marketing admin. Okay. So for example, you know, like, so we can assign one profile to multiple users. Okay. That is okay. I hope you remember. Okay. We can assign this profile or any profile, so one profile, okay, to n number of users. Okay. But how many maximum number of users I can create with this profile is the question. How many I can create? Do you have any idea? See, how many I can create? So whatever the associated user license is there, right? Okay, whatever the, for example, this marketing admin associated user license is Salesforce. So Salesforce user license. Okay. So that means, so whatever the user licenses that I have, whatever the total count of user licenses that I have, those many users I can create. Clear? Those many users I can create. That means where can you check user licenses? In company information. Okay. So if I have, for example, if I go to the company information, the Salesforce user licenses. That's where okay. So there are 7 total licenses are there, but out of 7 I use the 6 user licenses. That means I can create one more with this profile. Okay, got it? So are you clear? Let's see. Just why I'm explaining this one point this much time is that. So you just need to remember that I can create n number of users. It's not like only one. We can only create one user with per profile. No, it's not like that. We can create n number of users with a single profile. That means multiple users for single profile. But how many users we can create? As many as the user licenses, as many as the user licenses count that I have. Okay, clear? Any confusion on this? How many users?
No.
Okay. For example, I have a system admin also. Okay, system admin. So system admin profile is also associated with the user license called Salesforce. Now cumulatively, okay, for example, total I have 7 licenses here, right? So total I can create 3 users with this profile, and I can create 4 with this profile. So cumulatively, the total number of user licenses associated with all the profiles, I mean with this profile and with this profile, should not exceed the count of user licenses that we have. Okay, I hope they are clear. If not, please let me know. I will repeat it again. Okay. Now let's switch back our discussion to the permission sets. Okay, why we have the permission sets? Okay, permission sets, as I told, we can extend the access. Then what is not already available in the profile level? For example, my user, for example, there is a user called Govardhan is associated with the profile called marketing admin profile. Okay. Now this guy, I don't provide him. Say for example, the same marketing, all marketing, say this profile I can assign to many other users. For example, the same marketing admin user. Okay. So with the same profile, okay. Let's suppose along with the Govardhan Ras, since I don't have multiple licenses here, I'm not able to create multiple users. For example, Govardhan Ras is the one we are assigned with this profile. Govardhan Ras. Now along with this Govardhan Ras, I have, for example, Jitendra, okay, Mahendra, something like that. Okay, Firoz. So now these 4 users also are available. I have created access for these 4 users also, and for all the 4 users, I created the all marketing admin. Now there are 5 users total with the same profile. Okay. Now if I open here and if I go to, I'm just giving an example. If I go to standard object permission, okay. Now I just removed the view all modifier for lead object. That means any of these 4 users cannot see all the lead records owned by different users. Okay, clear? Different users, because I haven't given him the view all records. Okay, I haven't given him the view all records. Okay. Now out of these 5 users who all have the marketing admin profile, I want only Govardhan Ras to be able to see and modify all lead records with irrespective of who owns the record, lead records. Are clear? But if I want to provide him that access, if I go ahead and edit this one and if I give you all modify, the other guys also will be able to get the same permission. But I don't want that to happen. Are you clear with the requirement or confusion of the problem statement? Hello? See, there are 5 users with the same profile, and currently all the profile that these 5 users are associated with is that all marketing admin. In marketing admin, I don't have URL modifier records. You know what? If I uncheck that one, only the owner of can see. Whoever logged in, only the owner lead records where they are owner of can see those records. But out of this 5, I want only for the Govardhan Ras, okay, to have the extra privileges. That means I want him to see all the lead records irrespective of the owner. Okay, but not this users. But if I go ahead and modify this profile, if I give URL modify all here. Okay, all the users who is assigned in this profile will also be able to get the same permissions only. Are you clear with the issue?
Yes.
So how can I specifically extend the access only to this user, though this guy and this guy is also having the same profile, but I want to give extra privileges to this guy? How can I do that? So that's where the solution is permission sets. Are you clear? Solution is permission sets. So then I'll give one more example. For example, at this profile level, okay, we have administrative settings. Okay, there is something called a setup. Okay, view setup and configuration. Okay, so if I uncheck this one, then he will not be able to see the setup icon. Okay, so if for example, if I uncheck this one, any users who is assigned with this profile, okay, will not be able to see the setup icon. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, for example, for the marketing admin, I'm just removing that. Okay, so that means he should not be able to do this setup. Okay, let me edit this one. Just uncheck this one, save this one. Now go to the view users, log in as this guy. Just remember, like we did view setup and configuration is the word that we unchecked. Okay. Now if you see, there is no setup icon itself. Clear? Because we removed this checkbox on the profile. Are you understanding? See, there is no setup icon itself. I cannot go to the object manager by clicking on the or else that administrative settings on the I cannot go. There is no view setup and configuration icon enable. I mean, it's been disabled. Are you clear with this purpose of this view setup and configuration?
Yes.
Okay. Now all these users, okay, at their profile are assigned with this single profile and their profile single profile level. I just remove this checkbox. Okay. Then now none of these 5 users will be able to create the objects, but I want only the Govardhan Das. Though he is a all marketing content profile, I want only Govardhan Das to have the extra privilege of having the view setup and configuration. How can I extend the access that is not already provided at the profile level? Okay. Okay. How can I extend the access to single user only? Okay. Which is extend the access which is not already provided at the profile level. But if I want Govardhan Das to access setup icon, okay, and if I go ahead and give this at the profile level, view setup and configuration at the profile level, if I give, all the users will be able to see it. Okay, but I don't want everyone with this profile to be able to access that setup. Only this guy. So for that one only, okay, we have something called concept called permission sets. Okay, permission sets. So in using the permission sets, so you can actually give additional permissions that which is not already available in the profile level. Okay, now what I will do, I'll create the new permission set. Now what I will do, setup and config access. Is any meaningful permission set name I will give. So what is the user license that it should actually get associated? For example, I will assign like Salesforce user license. Okay, so it's actually optional. Okay, so if I am giving any access, okay, so that is related to the Salesforce licenses, then basically it should get associated with the license. So as of now, just don't focus on. See, I can also associate the permission set also with the user license. Just remember that. Okay. Now I created one permission set. Okay. Now here we have something called administrative permissions. Where is that? Assign permission standard. Credentials. There's something called administrative. So all these things administrative settings I just showed you, right? Okay. Yeah, I think that's the system permission. See, if you see under permission set, there is something called. So at profile level we have as an administrative permission set, but in the permission set level we have under system permissions. Okay. So the same setting, okay, view setup and configuration. Okay. Now I can actually enable this one here. Got it? Enable this one here. View setup and configuration. Okay. Now I enable this. Okay. This one save. Okay. Now I can. So if I enable this one, we are giving the setup and configuration. We are giving the role. Okay. I mean, if I give this one, it will automatically get shared. Okay. Just save it. Okay. I created one permission set. In that permission set, we have something called system permissions. Okay, in system permissions and system permission set, I have enabled this one. Any confusion so far? Hello?
No.
Okay. Now what I will do, I will go ahead. Okay, this guy, Govardhan Das, do not have a setup permission now. Okay, at this profile level, but I will go ahead and assign that newly created. Where I will assign? I will go to the permission set assignments section. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, so I am in the Govardhan Das user interface, and there is a checkbox card. Sorry, section card permission set assignment. Then I click on the under permission set assignment. I click on the edit assignment. I will assign the setup and configuration. Set access permission. I will add it and I will save it. Clear? Now, if I log in, this guy, though he do not have a view setup and configuration at the profile level, we are extending him an access, that same access at the permission set level, and we assign that permission set to this guy. Then all the users who is assigned with this profile will not be able to see the admin setting, but only this guy who is having the special permission set assigned, In that permission set, I gave him the view setup and access configuration checkbox. Only this guy will be able to see the setup icon, but none of the other users, okay, will be who is assigned with this profile will be able to see the setup icon. Okay, so as long as if you don't assign them this permission set. Clear? Any confusion? Now let me log in here. So I didn't give that view setup and configuration of the profile level. Just remember, guys. Okay. Now he is still able to see it because at the profile level, permission set level, I have given him. Clear? Any confusion here?
No.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Basically, if you want to extend the access, see, view setup and configuration is just one example. So it can be anything. So it can be standard object permissions. It can be creating a report permission, anything, or custom object permissions, a tab visibility, an app, or anything that you do not you haven't provided the access at the profile level. But if you provided the same, you created the new permission set and you gave the that new permission, the permission set level, and you can assign this permission set to the individual users who want the extra privileges. Then what is not already available, it is profile level. Are you clear? Any confusion on the permission? Okay. If you do not have any confusion, then I will move further. Okay. So then we have something called permission sets groups. Okay, for example, if you have n number of permission sets itself, okay, then if you want to see permission set is just like a group of permission sets. Group permission set group, just like we have public groups similar to permission group. That's it. You can create a permission set group. Okay, so all admin access permissions. Okay, so if you click on the save, you can group one or two permission sets. See, you can use this permission set group. Okay, permission set group. Okay, you can by clicking on here, you can add the permission sets. It's like a box of permission. Permission set group is nothing but a box of permission sets. That's it. So now, instead of assigning these two individual permission sets individually, you can go to the permission set groups to that user. Okay, to that user. Okay. There is something called permission set group. So instead of assigning individual permission set, if you assign a group, all the permission sets which we are adding into this permission set group. For example, if I add this one, add it. So if I add this all admin access permission set, okay, it will automatically add these two permission sets. I'm getting right? Am I making you confused? See, permission set group is just like a box where I can add n number of permission sets under one single name. Now, if I want to assign authenticated prayer and buyer permission sets, okay, these are the existing permission sets, default permission sets. I didn't create it. I want to assign these two permission sets to whenever a certain criteria is satisfied. Then, instead of assigning these permission sets individually, I have created one umbrella group of all admin permission sets. Now I can go to the user, okay, I can assign this one, it will automatically assign these two permission sets which is part of this one. Clear? So there is some license issue, but this is the concept. Clear? Any confusion on the permission set group?
Yeah, it's clear.
Clear, right? So basically, permission sets is a key thing that you should understand. It's basically to extend the access that's not already available. See, sometimes in interview they will ask, can we restrict the access? For example, you have provided the view and setup, view setup and configuration in the profile level, but in permission set level you have unchecked that one. Are you understanding the interview question they will ask? In the profile level, I have enabled the view setup and configuration, but in the permission set level, I removed that. I haven't enabled it. During that time, okay, whether that user will be able to see the setup icon or not is the question. See, using the permission set, you can only extend the access. You cannot restrict the access. Is what that you should remember. Clear?
Yes.
Whatever the profile permissions that you have given at the profile level will be stay as it is. Okay. For example, if you enable so and so checkbox at profile level, but if the permission set if you are disabled, that is not going to restrict the access. Using the permission set, you can only extend the access is what you need to answer in your interview. Don't get confused. Next. So that is a permission. With this, we almost covered. I cannot say 100% because the security topic is like very vast. So as you go through your regular training program, I mean regular working experience, also will come across these things. They like I can say 80% of the security concepts are very good. But there is advanced like Salesforce, Shield platform encryption. So it's too early to discuss everything. Okay, so there is something called Salesforce Shield platform encryption. Okay, encryption. So this is another separate layer of encryption, guys. As a Salesforce trainees, you don't need to understand this one. The special permission. So then what is already available? See, it's like extra permission. Okay, for this one we need to have separate licenses and all. That's not needed. But just remember, there is a concept called Salesforce platform, Shield platform encryption. Okay. They will not ask you this thing in interview, but I'm just saying you. Okay, so there is something called Shield platform encryption also. Okay. If you are working in any financial or banking information sections or health domains, okay. So those things, those companies will for additional security, okay, the basic sensitive information, they use this platform Shield encryption. Yes, okay. But it's not needed to get that much. Too much. Okay, so it's not needed to explore this Shield platform encryption as of now. I'm just for your acknowledgement. I'm just saying you that. Okay, this concept is there. That's what we just remember. You need to remember. Don't explore this one. So no confusions over there. Okay, no. Data. And I remember we already discussed about big objects, right? I remember it. So do you remember what is big objects? Hello?
Yes, we did.
Okay. There is something called email templates that we'll discuss it later. So actually, previously we can actually there is a simple way to send emails from Salesforce, but nowadays Salesforce actually made some strict settings to in order to be able to send email to any Gmail or something, Outlook. So we can actually send an email alert. So for that we have something called email templates concept, but I will discuss it that later. Okay. And did we discuss this apps? I mean, how to create a custom app? See, for example, I can create an app, separate app. So there are different standard apps. Okay. So if you want to create a custom app, that also you can do that. Okay. So how to, so just like a custom object, just like a custom field, just like a custom permissions, we can also create the custom app. So like this called app launcher, we have the different apps. Okay. So how can I create the custom apps? Hope we didn't create that. We didn't discuss that, right? Hello?
No.
Okay. So then to create a custom apps, see, like to create a custom object, we went to object manager. Okay. In order to create the custom app, I need to go to the app manager. So here it will list down all the standard apps. So all the apps that you are seeing here will be available here. Okay. So don't get confused what is the app type, classic and lightning and all. Don't get confused. Just remember that these are the different standard apps that Salesforce has given. But if you want to create the new custom app that should be visible here along with the other things, then you need to click on the new lightning app. So click on here. So you need to give the, okay, for example, all Amazon info is the app name. Any meaningful name, app name you can give. So while you are creating the app, you can give the description. Okay. Now if you want to give the any logo, if you see for any app that you will see the logo here. Okay, this is the logo. Okay. So you can give a custom logo here by uploading it in image. Okay. As of now, I'm not giving any logo. It will show Amazon apps. Okay. That's it. Click on that. So we have two things called standard navigation and console navigation. Okay. What is the difference between standard and console navigation? I'll show you. So, but explanation purpose. Okay. For demo purpose. Okay. What do you mean by standard navigation? Means if you open any app here, the navigation that you see here, is the standard navigation. So this is called standard navigation. So then you may ask me a question, what do you mean by console navigation? Okay, so we are subject to console navigation. So this is the standard navigation. I will create an app, I will give a custom navigation. So sorry, console navigation. So how does the standard navigation is different from custom console navigation is what we are going to discuss. See now. So just for your information, this navigation of I can navigate from one tab to another tab like this. So this is called standard navigation. Okay. Now I am creating an app with the console navigation type. Okay. Now let's see. I will actually demo it to you. What I mean, show you in the user interface. How does console navigation looks like? Okay. Now let's focus on the supported form factors. Okay. Now if you click on the desktop and phone, it will be if you log into your Salesforce. Or see, you can log into Salesforce or in a mobile app also. You can actually download the Salesforce mobile app. Then also you can log in. So for example, there if you don't want to see this app on the mobile app, then you can actually select the only desktop. When you log into desktop, then only it will be visible. Okay. But if you want to visibility in both places, just select this one. Okay. Click on the next. Ignore this. Is only channel sidebar. This and that you just ignore. Okay. Now add utility item. So what do you mean by utility item? So in order to understand what add utility item, we need to understand there is a concept called utility bar. This is called utility bar. Just below it we have utility bar. This bar is called utility bar. Okay. So this utility bar is to access the menu items quickly. Okay, I can actually do some actions very quickly. Quick access. Okay. So this just remember that there is a concept called utility bar that we can add it to the bottom of the app. For example, if I go to the any tab, so this utility bar will not get disappear, guys. It will stay as it is. Okay, so this is called utility bar. Okay, this is called utility bar. So if you want to have that utility bar, you can actually add any item to that utility bar. For example, I want to show the flows as on the utility bar section. You can actually add multiple utility bars. For example, charter publisher. You can actually add multiple things. Okay, so you can actually add the flows we already added, right? Just remove this. No, it's okay. So like this. Okay. Just remember this is a utility bar. Okay. Now let's go ahead and click on the next. Next, if you know like so, this is the app, and app is a collection of tabs. They are the different tabs. But in my app, what is the different tabs that I would like to display? For example, I want to display the accounts. Okay. I want to also display the cases. Display the contacts, anything like for example orders. Okay, so these are the tabs that I would like to display. Okay, now see console navigation I just mentioned it. Let me show you what do you mean here. Sorry, okay, so what do you mean by console navigation? Okay, so if I open, so just understand the difference between standard navigation and console navigation. So this is called console navigation. See, the standard navigation tabs will show one after another, right side. But this is called console navigation. Okay, got it? And now you understood the difference between console navigation and standard navigation. Hello. See, what is the advantage of console navigation is that I can actually open the multiple records as a subtabs. Got it? See, it will give the advantage of see if you see in standard navigation, if you want to go from one record to another record, you need to come back and click on another record. But in console navigation, all the records that you open as a subtabs. That is see, it will actually give the better productivity, comparing with multiple records. Are you clear? So my app that I am creating is actually type of console navigation. Now in that navigation, I have accounts, cases, these four things as a subtabs. So that means here, okay, so as a navigation menu, these four things I will get. Clear?
Yes.
Are you clear? Difference between standard navigation and console navigation? Yes, that's what my question is. Hello?
Yes, automatically.
Okay. Now, to whom and all this new app should be visible. For example, I can control. I want this app should be visible only for the system administrator. Okay, not to any other profile users. Any user who is actually assigned this profile should be able to see it, not any other users. Okay, any other profile users. Now, I created a new app called Amazon Info. Now let's come back and refresh here. Okay. Now navigate to the Amazon Info. Now you'll see one. Okay, Amazon Info. Okay, go ahead. Search Amazon. See Amazon Info. Now this Amazon Info app has been opened. Okay. Now see, this is a console navigation. Console navigation. See, the same navigation item that I did. Okay. Now, if you see this utility bar, I have the flows. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, ignore it. Okay. So, the charter publisher, you can actually put something and publish it with the charter. So, they are like utility bar. Are you clear on the app creation and the see if I log in as any other admin user, any other profile user, so they will not be able to find it because I give visibility only to the system administrator. Okay, clear? Hello.
Yes, bro.
So that's how we need to create the new app. And if you create with the standard navigation, you will see the apps navigation like this. This is standard navigation. This is standard navigation. And this is the console navigation. Console. This is how we need to create the what do you call apps. Don't focus on external client app. So this is the what you call comes under development. Know that. And did you come? I have given you reports and dashboards. Training model. Did you complete that?
Not yet, bro.
Okay. Since it's already 1 hour, I want to stop it here. Okay. Because I don't want you to burden with